Introduction. Currently, many people depend on computers to undertake their homework, create and store important information. It is consequently necessary that the information is accurately and safely kept. It is equally important to safeguard computers from the loss of data, abuse as well as other forms of manipulation. For instance, businesses have to make sure that their information is kept secure and shielded from malicious intent. Computer ethics involves ways upon which ethical traditions, as well as customs, are tested. Computers brought about enhanced power of communication together with data manipulation, but at the same time, ethical controversies have been forced to the forefront of the current ethical debate. Information technology and computer professionals started considering the long-term consequences of computer ethics as early as the 1980s and early 1990s. The need to organize professionally was approved through bodies like as Organization for Computing Codes of Conduct. Nevertheless, the increased level of proliferation of highly powerful computers among non-professionals increases the scope of the possible problems. Interest groups like Computer Ethics Institute have tried making attempts to come up with a procedure for ethical behaviors of the computer that are appropriate throughout the society. The Institute came up with 10 Commandments of Computer Ethics. These are composed of the do's and don'ts for the use of computers. It is the responsibility of professionals to safeguard the privacy as well as the veracity of data that describe persons. Clear definitions for the retention together with the storage of that kind of information and the enforcement need to be put into practice for the protection of the privacy of people and their data. The absolute scope of the usage of computers, spanning almost every day nowadays work such as medical records, communications, and the defense system among others straighten ethical considerations more essential. Ethical violations which are not checked in one area can have unfavorable repercussions in a wide system. At the individual level, a person can easily run through difficulties in ethical issues in trying to reflect the nature of activities he is facilitating through performing their functions through the computer. However, the innovation speed of computers has in most cases outpaced the advancement of the principal norms to help in guiding the applications of the emerging technologies. Data that is available to individuals, as well as organizations, intensifies the concern that exists in computer ethics. For example, no single firm is willing to forego the chance to take the advantage of the abundance of information and manipulation that is afforded through present-day information technology as well as telecommunications. The nature of competition of the economy offers the motivation to beat rivals to some advantageous practices to enable capitalization on the benefits involved. It is therefore imperative to formulate ethical principles which allow for a higher level of advancement as well as competitive strategies and at the same time remaining within the limits of acceptable ethics of the society. This helps in maintaining the cohesion of the system upon which they are likely to benefit. Similarly, businesses should organize codes of ethics so that their own information systems are not compromised and that they are not put into disadvantaged situations. General moral imperatives. Contribution to human well-being. An important intent of computing professionals is to reduce negative results of the system of computing which include peril to health and safety. While designing as well as implementing systems, professionals should try to ensure that the end result of the efforts put will be used in a responsible way and will avoid harmful effects to the welfare of the society. Avoid harm to others. Computing professionals should reduce the level of malfunctions by making sure that they follow the generally accepted principles for system blueprint and testing. Honest and trustworthy. The most fundamental constituent of trust is honesty. Computing professionals do not make deceptive claims concerning the system. Instead, they will provide a full revelation of all related limitations of the system. Property rights, copyrights and patent. Infringement of copyright secrets of trade as well as other terms agreements are illegal. Even in cases where the software has not issued protection, such forms of breaches are against professional behavior. Privacy of others. ICT enables the collection and exchange of individual information on different ranges. There is therefore increased probability of violation of the privacy of persons. It is the duty of the professionals to uphold the privacy as well as the integrity of data that describe individuals. This entails taking safety measures to guarantee and information accuracy. It has to be protected from unauthorized access or cases of disclosure. To add to that, procedures should be established to enable individuals to evaluate their records and amend inaccuracies. Conclusion. Computer ethics and privacy need to be taken care of by not just the professional but the entire human race. Computer-generated information is essential to almost everyone. Therefore, it is the responsibility of everybody to ensure that collective responsibility is enhanced. Rules and regulations predetermined should be adhered to. StudyCorgi.com has everything you need for successful studies. Writing tools, informative articles, and essay samples. Come check it out.